Linda here, the scrapbooking photographer. Today I'm inviting you into my craft room where it is half tidy and half a mess. So I'll show you what I have done. So when Close to My Heart became part of Stampin' Up, I organised all of my stamps. I'll just turn you around if I can. So up here I have my stamps all organised quite nicely in Close to My Heart containers. But then, if I bring you around here, since joining Stampin' Up, I have made some purchases, obviously, and there's some stamps there, and I'm also getting a little bit overwhelmed with other ones that are down here, and I tend to use them and I don't have a place for them. So what I have done is been to my local craft shop and I found these boxes. Now they are designed for DVDs or CDs, and they can hold up to 20 DVDs. So I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to fit some Stampin' Up containers in them. So let's have a look how that works. So these are the boxes. They're kind of long and thin. I'll take that out. So what I'm going to do first up is put them in so I can see what I've got. That's the other thing, when it's not organised you have trouble finding things because you're not quite sure where it is, even though you know you've got it somewhere. And I have to say the die cuts are another issue altogether. That will be a separate video. And I bought 2 boxes. I don't know that I'll have enough to fill 2 boxes at the moment. But as we know, these things grow. I'll probably be able to start the second box. I can see that this craft room organisation video hop that Ginger's organising is going to lead to all sorts of new organisation things. I will be happy just to get some more space on my desk. Now I'm going to keep that because I think that might be quite nice in a journal somewhere. Right, so that's a nice tidy number, and it leaves still some mess around, but at least it gets these in the right place. So what I'm going to do is now organise them into different categories. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring out Christmas, anything Christmassy. The star, Christmas, there. Golden Greenery was a Christmassy type stamp set, but it could also be used for other things. Bright borders, meant to be Christmas labels. Right, so that's all Christmas. So let's put that there for the box. I know that these ones are out of date, and I could make a separate box with things out of date, but I really think it's better to organise things so that you can find them easily. So with my Close to My Heart stamps, I have divided them into different categories, and I think I'll do the same with this one. So this is Christmas. Then we also want birthdays because that's kind of the same celebration. So we've got that. Then we've got textures. So painted stripes is a texture, elements of text. Texture, tile techniques is pretty much a texture. So we've got the textures there. Let's do some botanicals. We've got golden greeny, years of flowers. Chantilly lace I think I'll put over there. That's more of a background type texture thing. Flowers, caring leaves, berry blessings. Words are another one. Words. We'll put words in with the textures. And then we've got more gardens, and hearts can go there. I've got another hearts one here. Botanicals, bright borders. That kind of works in here too, I think. Botanicals. And that fills that one up nicely, and they're meant to be, technically that should be in there, but it doesn't really fit, so we'll start another one there. And we need to put a label on them so that we know. And again, this label can change over time because the organisation will change, I imagine, as more stamps arrive. So, getting out my handy label maker, let's do a label for Christmas. And I'm just going to use Xmas for this because it's shorter and quicker. These are great, these label makers, and from your local stationers or craft shop, they just make life so much easier. So we've got Christmas down here, then we put, what do we call it? Botanicals. That's a big word, isn't it? Perhaps we'll change that to plants. I'll know that that means flowers, leaves, trees, anything like that. And I have a feeling that this whole box will end up being filled with plant things because it's a bit of a weakness I have. The see-through tape means that I can see right through it. Now over here I'm going to put birds and animals. So that also gives me an insight as to what I have and don't have. The bee one. Where's the bee one? Oh, meant to be. It's in here. Just put that on that side there. Right, so now let's go and have a look at the cupboard. The cupboard where they have to go is here, and I've got all my glues and different inks and ribbons and things up there. So I'm going to start by taking all of that out. So it's all out and I've got a clean canvas to work with. So let's bring the bigger box in first. So that looks all right. What I'm going to do is take these lids off, so then I can access them pretty easily and be able to see quite clearly what's there. Now the lids go with them, but what I'm going to do is pop those behind, and that will bring them a little bit closer as well. So let me just do that. So if you look behind here now, I've got the lids behind, which means that if I want to take these anywhere, like to a workshop or a retreat or something, I can just put the lids on and they're good to go. There's a little bit of room in there for extras, and I also have another cupboard the same size over here, which I can duplicate this in there if at some point I need to. Okay, so there's that cupboard finished. I've got the stamps in the middle. This is what we're going to organise next time I see you, and that will be in a new way to store embellishment. So keep an eye out for that video coming up perhaps next month. Over here I've got my ribbons. This is a good storage tip. My husband made this for me out of an old round lid to a canister and a piece of doweling from an old coat hanger. So that works really well for keeping my ribbons on, and I've got the wider spools at the back. So that's it for today's organisation video. I hope you enjoyed that, or perhaps got some tips out of it. As you can see, my desk is still a mess. So the next thing to organise will be the dies that are there, and that will be a video too. Perhaps that will be next month, not sure. Tune in then to Ginger's organisation video hop and see what's happening. Okay, have a good day and happy crafting.